Well, hello everybody, welcome back to Succeed With Me. Today we're going to be talking about stress management. I got asked this question yesterday by a client, how do I manage my stress? I want to get to that answer in a little bit, but before I do, I want to talk about one of my personal guiding philosophies is what in the system allowed a symptom to be present. Let's talk about knee pain for a second. According to Kelly Starrett and Stu McGill and a lot of high up physios that I really respect, most of our joints should last us to about 110 years old. They're really robust, big, bony structures that should not get worn out as quickly as they do. And when we start to think about knee pain or ankle pain or back pain, those kind of things, when we start to see people move, they're moving terribly. And just like the alignment in your car, if one of your tires is off a little bit and then you start rotating them faster and more often, i.e. walking 10,000 steps a day because you got a Fitbit and you're feeling fit for some reason, all of a sudden the cycles start to really wear down on the joint much faster and aggressively because we're using the joint more often. All of a sudden the knee pain starts to occur. Well, the problem is the system allowed for the knee pain to be present, and the knee pain is a symptom of that system being weak. The same thing happens with stress. Okay? If our mind is weak or the environment around us is actually too chaotic for us, if we're sitting in a place that has junk lighting, for example, our eyes will get stressed and it'll really set us up for a lot of extra fatigue in our nervous system, and then we think that we are the problem. No, fix the lights. Wear those orange or green or gray or whatever colored glasses that your Erlen lenses are going to be, or do some sort of filtering on your computer screen, or change the air quality or the food quality or anything like that to change the system, to change the symptom. But there are stressful times in our life, so here's my tip for you. These two fingers work the best, but what we're going to do is we're going to use them to do alternating nostril breathing. This does a whole host of awesome things. It gets more oxygen and blood to the right hemisphere. It stimulates some nerves and vessels to trigger a parasympathetic response. You can do this fast to get a jolt and boost of energy and all sorts of awesome, almost like a caffeine boost to it. Or you can do this nice and super slow, like I always tell my stressed out clients to do, and it's just a calming, soothing mind-body connection that starts to happen. So these two, ring finger and thumb. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to close one nostril. I'm going to breathe in through the open one. Then I'm going to use that ring finger to close that one, open the other one, and exhale out this one. Rinse and repeat. In through this one. And then exhale. And what you'll find oftentimes is that one of these nostrils is really clogged up. So I read some research at some point in time that said that about every 17 minutes, our brain actually shifts the oxygen flow from one nostril to the other. But due to bad posture, faulty sleeping patterns, eating some stuff that inflames our nostrils and sinuses, or even just for me, it's allergy season, that gets disrupted. And a lot of times one nostril is a lot more clear than the other. And the problem is that when our brain's not getting an equal amount of oxygen up there, or our nervous system's not getting that equal amount of sensation from this nerve versus this nerve, it tends to put us in a stressed state. The system itself is more readily vulnerable to a lot of stress. And when we start doing this kind of it rebalances the system, and it makes it a lot more calm, ready to actually take care of us against the world because everything's balanced. It's easier to move through the world that way, and that's what the brain kind of does. It perceives the world in a balanced way, left to right, and that's what this kind of breathing does for you. So my last tip on this is try this out in a neutral breath. What I mean is this isn't any kind of pranayama type of breath that you really want to just force air through the nostrils or anything. It'll actually irritate those nerves and make you more stressed. An example of a bad one. That's going to increase the heart rate. It's going to make you stressed. It's going to just aggravate and irritate the nasal cavity and sinus and everything, and it's going to make it worse. The next tip is I would say to do this in good posture. We really want to get stuff back to the cerebellum and through the spinal cavity here. So opening up the chest and getting everything to flow easily through. The last bit of advice I have for you should be common sense, but I've had so many clients snot out their nose doing this. Blow your nose before you do it. If there was one nasal cavity that was kind of clogged up, you're going to notice that some stuff comes out, dirty your shirt, especially if you're at work. It's probably not a good idea. So try that out. Let me know how it goes for you. If you have any questions at all, drop a comment down below or an email or visit the website or whatever you want to do. Carrier pigeons I respond to as well. All right. That's it for today. I hope this information was very helpful to you guys. As always, have a happy and healthy rest of your day, and I'll talk to you next time.